welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. In today's video, I'm just going to go through my everyday makeup look. It's quite simple and it's probably more targeted towards people that have dry skin, just because I have really dry skin. So majority of products that I'll be using today will be cream products. I won't be using a whole lot of powders. That's not to say that if you did have oily skin or like a different skin type that you can't just incorporate your own powdered products with this makeup look. So please feel free to do that. And without further ado, let's get started. I'm just gonna put my hair back. So as a base, I don't usually use primer a whole lot. I usually will just use a moisturiser. So the moisturiser that I use is just the CeraVe one. It's got like SPF in it. And I'll just put that on my skin. Just use like a little pump. And I just use my fingers. So I think that I've got all of that in. And then depending on where I'm going, just for like a basic makeup look, I would usually just use like a BB cream. Today I'm not going to use a BB cream, I'll use my foundation. But so if I was just going to the beach or I was just wanting to look a little bit more put together wherever I'm going, I would just use this one. It's the Bali Body BB cream. It's also got SPF 15 in it, and this is probably my favorite BB cream ever. It's really, really good. I'm in the shade Natural. I'm quite pale, so this color suits me when I have like a little bit of a tan or like a fake tan on, but I really like that. We'll use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I'm just going to go in with my microfiber beauty blender. It's kind of gross and dirty, excuse that, but I'll just get one pump, and then I just basically do sections of my face. So I'll just do one pump and then I'll start here and then I'll add more wherever it's needed. And I'm just gonna get a mirror so I can see what I'm doing. I see like a lot of when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of beauty tutorials, and I feel like majority of them started with their eyes and eyebrows first. I just can't do that because I find then putting foundation on really hard to like go around those areas. So I always start with foundation. I feel like this foundation is probably like medium coverage, not full coverage, because I have just a couple of blemishes here and it doesn't cover them. So I don't tend to use full coverage foundations very much anyways, just because I have such dry skin. Foundation can look really cakey on me, like really easy. So that's why I prefer something with maybe like more medium coverage or a sheer coverage. Now that my base layer of foundation is put on, the next thing I'll do is I'll move in with some concealer. Now the concealer that I use is the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser. I'm in the shade Ivory, I'm pretty sure. I've been using this concealer since I was in high school. This is like an OG concealer. It's been around for years. And I just feel like nothing really compares to it. I've tried other concealers, but like this is like, it's cheaper than, I mean, it's not that cheap. I always get it on special though when Woolworths has like a special on concealers. Anyways, I just go in and put a little bit there. A little bit here. I'll put like a tiny bit on my chin like that. And then I might just put a really light amount just on my blemishes there, just so I can try and give them like a little bit of coverage. And then I just put a tiny bit on my forehead as well. I don't go crazy with concealer. I just put a little bit on and then I blend it in with the same beauty blender. And then I leave my nose because I'm going to contour my nose after this, and I'll use concealer there as well. So now that that is blended in, I'm just going to go in and contour my nose a little bit. So I use the Huda Beauty, sorry it's so disgusting, the Huda Beauty cream contour in Fair, the shade Fair. I feel like this suits my skin tone the most. So it's like this color. And I just go in with like a little brush like this. I just get a really tiny bit on the brush. I go in with a very light hand with this. And then I'm just going to, underneath like the bottom of my nose, I'm just going to contour a little bit there. Just like create a shadow. Now I feel with like contour and blush, you're always better to go in with a light hand and build it up than go in with lots of product and then you can't go back from there. So I would recommend always starting off with like not very much product and building it up as you go. It might take a little bit longer, but the results in the end will be better. And then I'm just going to go down the sides of my nose. And then I also take some and I'll put it on my, like on the top of my brow underneath, and I'll also drag it out and use it kind of like as an eyeshadow. Just to give me some color there, because I am not using eyeshadow today in this makeup look. Then I just get another little bit and I'll just go the tip of my nose. Actually, I've seen apparently like there's this trick that like if you push your nose up and where the crease is, although I have such a straight nose, so I can't really do that because it doesn't do a whole lot. But people that might have like, I don't know, a cute button nose, then like you would be able to pull it up, and like if there's a crease there, that's where you would put the product to give like the effect of like a little button nose. So I'm just gonna create one myself. Now that that is done, I'm also just going to quickly I just put like the tiniest little bit of contour like on the sides here, not very much, so. And I work it upwards, not downwards. Just to create like a nice line there. Nice. So then to finish off the nose contour, I'm just going to go in again with my concealer, and I'm just going to put the tiniest bit on the tip of my nose and then like at the start of the bridge of my nose. So just the tiniest bit there, and like that. And then I'm going to blend this in with the back side of my beauty blender, the clean side, just really lightly. looks like this. Now we're gonna go on to my favorite part, blush. I'm obsessed with blush, you don't understand. So I have a few different blushes, but this one is my favorite one. This one is the Westman Atelier. I could be pronouncing that wrong, so I'm sorry. But it's just so nice. It's like it looks pretty bright. It looks like a proper red, but it goes on quite nicely. It's disgusting, I need to clean it. But anyways, for this, I'll be applying my blush with like an angled fluffy brush. And I just get some product. Sorry, cat hairs on it. They're flying everywhere. I just get, again, I go in with a really light hand and I build it up. I never go in with lots of product and then like overdo it. So this also takes like a little bit of time, but it's fine. So I go in with a little bit of product and then I'm gonna start on the apples of my cheek and I'm just gonna work it up, back this way. And then again, and I just build this up to the color I like. I'm somebody who loves blush. I feel like I use quite a lot of it. If you don't like too much blush, don't use too much blush, but I really like it, so. And then I also just get like the tiniest bit and put a little bit on my nose as well. I know that sounds counterproductive because I just contoured my nose, but I feel like it looks nice together. So I'm just gonna put it like in the middle, kind of where I made that crease. Just the tiniest bit. And then you have like this very, very light, radiant glow. There we go. I love it. So then after blush is on, then I'll go in with cream highlighter. This is also by the same brand as the blush. And this is so nice, like look at that shine. It's also got a pink tone to it, so you can use any highlighter. Since I like blush, I got a pink toned highlighter. So I'm just gonna I use my fingers for this, so I just put a little bit on my finger. I'll use this finger for applying the product, and I'll use this finger just to blend it in. So I just get a little bit on my finger, and then I'm gonna put it just on the tip of my nose here. There, down the bridge of my nose here, and then I'm just gonna pat it in. And then I'm gonna go, just get a little bit more product, and I'm just gonna go on the high point of my cheek and kind of just work it all over. Just gonna go in and get some more. Like, look at that. Gorgeous. And then I might just put a little bit on like my brow bone here, and a little bit just on my cupid bow. And it just gives such like a glowy look. I love it. Anyway, now since our base, like foundation, contour, blush is all done, we move on to eyes. So for my eyebrows, I just use an eyebrow pencil. I would usually use the one by Too Faced, but I feel like it runs out really quickly and it's so expensive for what it is. These little eyebrow pencils, I feel like, I don't know why they're so expensive. They're like, I'm pretty sure it's like $47. So I just went to Mecca and I got just their own brand one for like $18 because I was like, I'm not gonna pay $47 for an eyebrow pencil. It's absurd. Right now I'm just gonna go in with my eyebrow pencil from Mecca and I'm just gonna create the shape that I like. I prefer my eyebrows to go upwards and I like the arch to be kind of like going out, not curved down too much. So I'm gonna just create that shape with my brows. So now that that is done, go in with my Charlotte Tilbury micro precision tinted brow gel. It's just like a little wand and I will just brush that through my brows just for some extra color and just, I don't know if it really keeps them in place, to be honest, but that is brows done. And then we'll move on to eyes. So for eyes, for my everyday makeup routine, I will literally just use mascara. So I put like the tiny bit of that bronzing cream bronzer on my eyelids and now I'm just gonna go in with my mascara. This is the L'Oreal Paris one. I have extremely sensitive eyes, so I try not to use mascaras that irritate my eyes, although it's really hard to find one that doesn't. I actually haven't yet. Anyways, so I'm yet to find a mascara that does not irritate my eyes. Okay, now that my mascara is on, I will just put like the tiniest bit on the bottom lashes. And then I don't leave them like that. I rub them with my finger just to like blend it in a bit, just so they're not like standing out so much. There we go. So now that my eyes are rubbed in, moving on to lips. This is my favorite lip pencil, like of all time. I have been savoring it for years because I'm pretty sure they don't sell this color anymore. It's from Australis. And it's just like the perfect color. That's what I'll be using. Now, I don't overline my lips because I already have quite naturally like plump lips. The only thing I do is like with my Cupid's bow, I'll just go like this and I'll kind of like do a rounded top instead of like going with my Cupid's bow, just because I prefer the look of like a rounded lip. So that's what we'll do now. We'll just go in and line our lips. So now that my lips are lined, makes such a huge difference. Now that my lips are lined, I'm just gonna go in with my lip injection lip gloss by Too Faced. This like is meant to plump your lips. It probably does work. Gives you like a little bit of like a sting. All my friends have this as well because like it's such a perfect color. So now that lips are done, the last thing that I would do is, if you have a setting spray, I would just use a setting spray for that. I don't, I just have this hydrating mist. I'm pretty sure it's from the brand Drunk Elephant. So I'll just use that. Now I'll just take my hair out. And here we have the finished makeup look. I feel like it's glowy, dewy, and just like It doesn't look like you're wearing too much either. That's what I just really like about it. Even though it's a lot of effort, it doesn't look like you're wearing a whole lot of makeup, which is what we want. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.